likeness by Peter Billingham. Why is your memory dried up like an old tart's cunt? When did you last command the sea to stop? When were you last saluted in spit?
Speak to me kindly, and you'll be saved.
What power have you to turn the tides? Do you remember that summer day when silence sucked the air out of the sky?
Your people's bomb detonated too late. My chief of staff blown into blood confetti. How did you and yours imagine they could kill me? The glasses on the table shattered like virgins. Licked my lips dry like desire. Someone stepped forward and discreetly mopped the red wine from my chin. Later I had him punished. It is the only way authority can be ordered and discipline sustained. Had his cock cut off and crammed in his craw. He made the national news. A human interest story to distract from the failure of the crops. The Great Famine. The other waiters watched the swallows carefully that August. How is it to capture majesty? You are excited? You walk barefoot in the dew at dawn and dream of my likeness. My likeness.
Whoever had packed the attaché case with explosives had done so carefully, like a mother wrapping her baby's swaddling clothes. The timer was from a children's toy with a cute clown's face, grinning devastation.
Why did the people rent their garments against me? Since I ordered history to march to the beat of our necessity, there's only ever been one way to establish peace and prosperity for all. The rod and the wrench. The donkey enters the city in silent humility, and the crowds cry, "Beloved leader!" This can only be because the donkey and the people know the folly of walking in darkness without the scorched sun of my moral cleansing to light their way. The donkey is beaten and obeys. The people are fed with the fruit of my truth and walk forward together, one in grateful magnitude. Democracy is a whore who promises everything and keeps her legs tight shut, except for the money men who can pry them open. I never shortchanged, left no one unsatisfied.
How can I capture your majesty in paint?
How can you undress my authority without offense?
I've always loved you from afar. When you walked down the crowded alleyways of the tenements in the days before your consecration into total power, our longed for liberator. Young children wet themselves with delight as you and your freedom fighters passed through our midst. The sun shone like a cutthroat razor on your oil glistening head, like an angel in a Renaissance triptych.
The stench of the shit overflowing from the sewers smelled like cinnamon and myrrh, the power of my becoming. Women and men scrambled over each other to be one of the fortunate few for the fucking squad. I had them all. Thrice over.
You were the lie the people wanted to christen as truth. Like the grief-maddened mother drowns her stillborn in the fire-fanning fields and awaits an orchard of justice. Rebirth! Many of the people, in the days of righteous agony that followed, earned food vouchers and free passes to the brothels, informing on their friends and neighbors.
They lingered for my lips, gazed upon me for my eyes, wept sacramental tears upon the grain and textured beauty of my face. Some even stripped away their own faces and stitched with wire my photograph torn from the gutter press onto their bloody visage. They longed to be my likeness.
Such devotion is a feast in a time of famine.
How can you capture the divinity of power in ochre and burnt cinnamon? I see, said the blind man in the hall of mirrors, that he himself had built from the recycled skin of his enemies.
Will you look?
How might the reflection of the leader gaze upon himself and not be ravished by the imperfection of the world's corrupted gaze?
Your law was clear. Any representation of you, the beloved leader, that reeked of any malicious imperfection, would be burned publicly in the plaza of blood beneath the palace of the glorious revolution.
Any who looked upon such heresies would have their eyes gouged out in the public squares and fed to dogs.
The painter would be smeared in its ashes and then burned themselves. Their remains would be fed to the orphans.
Why did you come?
I was ordered.
Why did you come?
To gaze upon the canvas.
To see me one final time? I am to be executed.
The canvas's warp and weft is like human skin.
For crimes against the people.
I long to lick its textured mysteries.
I love them, and they have betrayed me. Loved them like a father loves his child, and caressed them from the midnight stores with the cloak of my compassion.
Our government of the glorious New Age broadcast an appeal on the megascreen at the sports stadium for volunteers for your firing squad. Mothers camped out through the ice-cold night to seize this moment of destiny and embroider their young sons' names in blood and fire.
The painting will be hung in a palace of culture in memory of my reign.
The victorious authorities will use it as a criminal throws poison into the guard dog. See, they will say, these are not like the former times. You, the people, have endured the primitive barbarisms of the great agony when you melted your bones and bloods of the loved ones to build a steel for the asylum that imprisoned you. We do not destroy the memory of Mostar, but rather expose him in perpetuity of the people's gaze. Stare upon him in his humanity and witness the lie of his omniscience. File past in silent pilgrimage and see his ugly, fractured humanity stare back at them. Is this divinity within a man? Each school and each home, shop and library will be given copies of this final portrait to look upon and despise in daily joyful song.
You once loved me.
You know that was so.
We slept in scented candlelight. I roved your arching body through the tumult of the night, your sweet breasts like sacred orchards at Anca. You took me into yourself and cried a cry that shook the midnight hallowed air. What might your comrades make of the traitor in their midst?
My love for you was like the poison longing for the suicide. A splintered glance from you across a room of 1,000 brought heaven's golden gown down upon me. You were the ocean, and I, oxygen.
I wrote your name, desire, in the ink of my blood, on the parchment of my waking dreams. When my enemies, wrecked by torture's moral cleansing, screamed their salutations to me, their confessions were my consummation. Your comrades sang like birds at dawn, blinded by its light. Why do you betray me?
In the beginning, I believed you would bring bread and feed the people.
I chased the gangsters out of their hotels, those foreign gangsters, and I had the casinos converted into people's justice courts.
I believed you would usher in a time of peace and justice.
We're not the whores and the pigs who had serviced the gangsters for dollars, strung up on the lamppost along the esplanade of the martyrs.
You were like the executioner who, seeing his reflection in his victim's eyes, cried, "See, I am God, creator of all things, and by their fear am I worshipped." I have not betrayed you. It was you who, seeing the piles of bodies by the barbed wire perimeter face, ordered the watches to be removed from their wrists, that your power might eclipse time itself.
They cannot kill me. I am history. You are destiny. Show me.
I shall give you sight so that you might finally see truth.
Truth is a bastard who, seeing the hangman carefully caressing the noose around its mother's neck, cries, "Father." Truth is the honeyed lie that a judge smears on his tongue, devouring the power of condemning thousands to their death. Truth is strapped to the body of the quiet girl who walks onto the crowded commuter train. Truth explodes the myth of the human.